The South Today Bulletin, proudly brought to you in association with MoleMap, the skin cancer detection specialists.
Tonight on the South Today, a group of Dunedin engineers are lucky to be alive as a light drizzle in Mexico turns to a natural disaster. The Kaiwera Hills just got a whole lot windier as Mercury Energy work towards a greener future with some big moves. And Southern business success is celebrated in style for a prestigious annual awards night in Dunedin. Kia ora, good evening, I'm Hannah Wilkins. The name Otis may not mean much to most of us, but for some Dunedin engineers it brings back some scary memories. An overseas work conference last month turned into a survival situation for attendees who found themselves stuck in a country where they didn't know the language.
Happy to have a roof over their heads, these Southerners are grateful to be alive. Sightweld General Manager Steph Olsen and Operations Manager Chris McBride got more than they bargained for last month after a work conference trip to Mexico turned into a disaster zone. Staff from the Dunedin-based engineering company were attending the Expo Minera mining conference in Acapulco when what was forecast as just light drizzle became a Category 5 hurricane.
The wall was like bowing in. And I was like, just put my hands on the wall and I was like, I'm gonna hold it. Anyway, and then the whole building started like gyrating and banging and crashing and smashing. We literally looked at each other like we were gonna die. This is the end.
The group of NZTE delegates found themselves trapped in their 7th floor hotel room as the building struggled to cope with the brute force of Hurricane Otis.
The windows were blowing out. There was water everywhere, the wind was just blowing straight through, all our stuff was just scattered all across the room, like out the building as well. And it was pitch black, there was just sirens going off.
The group were without contact or help for 2 full days. They eventually managed to escape Acapulco City, which McBride says looked post-apocalyptic. Hurricane Otis claimed more than 40 lives in Mexico, but the Dunedinites are relieved to have all got home safely, where it's been straight back into work as usual. In Dunedin, the South Today.
Dunedin will need to provide extra housing for 10,000 more people in the next decade, according to population growth projections. The population for the city is anticipated to exceed 142,000 in 2034, with higher than expected migration numbers causing the revision. A high growth scenario will be needed to help plan for housing capacity, with the situation also impacting the Dunedin City Council's long-term plan. The DCC and Otago Regional Council have joint responsibility for completing housing capacity assessments every 3 years. An ORC report states the revised scenario should ensure the city has enough land for housing capacity in the next decade. However, the growth rate is expected to slow, with the population expected to only reach more than 145,000 by 2054. The view atop some southern hills now looks a bit different as a new wind farm sets up shop in the Wops. The Kaiwera Downs wind farm hit a big milestone yesterday, opening 10 wind turbines more than 100 metres tall.
Bringing renewable energy to Southland seemed to be a giant task. However, stage 1 of Mercury's Kaiwera Downs wind farm was commissioned on Monday, with a ribbon-cutting ceremony to open 10 145-metre tall wind turbines. Gore District Mayor Ben Bell says it was great to see the wind farm come to life, reminiscing on the sod turning for the site, which was his first duty as mayor a year ago.
For it to be completed in a year and also under budget is nothing short of really a miracle with the current climate. And I did have to ask whether any of the tradies actually got any smokos over that time.
The wind farm came in under its $110 million budget, leaving Mercury Energy CEO Vince Hawksworth proud of his team's efforts.
Not so long ago, Mercury opened its Tumatea wind farm in the Tararuas. We couldn't see the wind turbines for the rain, and so it's great to have some beautiful Southland sun for this event.
The Kaiwera Downs wind farm can generate enough energy to power 20,000 homes. A decision on stage 2 of the project is set to be made by the middle of next year. In Kaiwera, the South Today.
Wanaka may be the next big thing in the New Zealand Sail GP as a local yacht club welcomes in a full-time professional coach.
22-year-old Angus Jameson is a long way from home, settling into his new coaching role at Wanaka Yacht Club, just 3 days after arriving in the country. The Englishman got straight to work on Monday. He was previously coaching sailing in Greece, but jumped at the opportunity to move down under to share his expertise.
This is my first time in New Zealand, as a matter of fact, so I'm super excited to be in Wanaka. I'm still in awe of all of the beautiful mountains and scenery around me.
It's the first time the club has had a full-time sailing coach, with Jameson looking forward to encouraging people in the local community to give the sport a go. In Wanaka, the South Today.
Southern businesses celebrated their success in Dunedin recently, shining a spotlight on some outstanding excellences in glamorous fashion. This year's Grand Business South Awards had a record number of entries, leaving judges impressed by the increase in quality of applications.
Businesses across the South celebrating a night of success at this year's Grand Business South Awards. Invited guests made their way to the Dunedin Edgar Centre on Friday night, enjoying a number of performances with some food and drinks at the annual gala dinner. A record number of more than 40 entrants made the shortlist, vying for honours across 15 different award categories. And Lab Supply were among the winners on the night, taking home the Excellence in Retail Award.
I think it just really acknowledges the hard work of our team and the support of our customers, and it's just we're all delighted to be here and our whole team's here this evening to celebrate, which actually makes it even more exciting.
Invercargill's Great South won the Business Sustainability category. Even though they warmly welcomed the award, staff were just glad to see the different achievements across the region being celebrated at the premier event.
It really does provide a credible acknowledgement of the work that's happening in the South.
Organisers say the Grand Business South Awards are used to highlight business excellence and share inspiring stories, hoping they can continue empowering economic growth and development across the South. In Dunedin, the South Today.
Whaiakane, still to come on the South Today. Some of Otago's youngest athletes showcase their talents in Alexandra. And Movember isn't just about sporting some extra facial here. A tattoo artist is opening up the all-too-important men's mental health conversation, but in a very permanent way.
All new episodes of Put Some Colour in Your Life are now screening on Channel 39. Take a look at Australian artists and the techniques they use in their studio. Put Some Colour in Your Life. Tuesdays, 7:30.
Such a sweet girl. What are you dreaming about?
Just music.
The Power of Dreams by Honda.
A poorly maintained heat pump can lose up to 35% of its output. The Mr. Heat Pump Cleaner team are experts. Their specially developed chemical wash is totally biodegradable. Call Mr. Heat Pump Cleaner and get the job done by the professionals.
If you're at risk of developing melanoma skin cancer, You owe it to yourself to have a mole map. Mole map is coming to your area. Phone today to make an appointment. It could save your life.
Here at Age Concern Otago, we offer a range of services to support Otago seniors to age well with dignity and independence. We provide social work support, visiting service, health promotion and social activities. Check out what we have on offer at ageconcernotago.com.
Tēnā koe, welcome back. Young athletes from across Otago took to Alexandra over the weekend, showcasing their athletic abilities on the grass track. A large number of participants turned up for the town's second ever athletics country meet, with local volunteers helping the event run smoothly.
With one quick fire of the starting pistol, these young children are off to the races. Around 175 kids from across Otago gathered at Molyneux Park on Sunday to take part in a range of track and field events for the Alexandra Athletics Country Meet. Alexandra Club President Norman Marsh says holding the event in central Otago gives more opportunities to local competitors, also allowing visiting athletes to experience something new.
City folk do enjoy coming up here because it's a grass track and they're only used to running on artificial grass at the Caledonian.
The meet gives local volunteers a chance to get hands-on experience running an event. Marsh believes it's also a great way for the young participants to explore the different events in athletics.
This gives them a really good idea of if they really enjoy it and if they want to compete and and be a competitive athlete.
Marsh was happy with the turnout on the day and hopes the country meet will inspire a number of the youngsters to take up athletics competitively. In Alexandra, the South Today.
An Australian tattoo artist is making a permanent mark in Queenstown, putting down some ink to raise money for an important cause. Lauren Windsor has been tattooing willing supporters across the country for Movember, aiming to bring more awareness towards men's mental health struggles.
A permanent memento for helping the cause. Australian tattoo artist Lauren Windsor putting down ink in Queenstown on Saturday to raise money for Movember. The celebrity artist has been travelling New Zealand, tattooing willing supporters at QT hotels in the resort town Auckland and Wellington. With the help of the local studio Ototahi Tattoos, Windsor and the team laid out their specially designed flash tattoos for 7 hours and plan to donate all the money raised to the Men's Mental Health organisation.
So there's 3 of us tattooing today. They're all $100 tattoos. We've all drawn flash mines based on Movember, so lots of moustaches, anything New Zealand. I just tattooed the mountains in Queenstown with the mountains behind me, which is amazing.
Windsor says she holds the month-long event close to her heart as she's lost a few close male friends to mental health struggles.
Men's mental health and mental health in general is really important to me because I've gone through my own journey and my mum's just started her first journey, so she's on the trip with me as well, which has been really fun. 46
people got themselves tattooed for the cause, with the event raising over $4,600 for the mental health charity. Windsor is the go-to artist for celebrities looking for a permanent art piece. She's previously tattooed the likes of American singer Miley Cyrus and rapper Post Malone. In Queenstown, the South Today.
And now recapping tonight's top stories on the South Today. Dunedin engineers have returned home safe and sound after a Category 5 hurricane interrupted their work trip. 10 new wind turbines have been unveiled in Kaiwera Downs as the Southland wind farm project ticks off stage 1. And the Grand Business South Awards saw a record number of entries as they celebrated business success from across the region. And now we'll look at what's happening in tomorrow's ODT. We're checking in with Associate Editor Mike Houlihan. Hello Mike.
Evening, Hannah.
What can we expect to read in our midweek paper?
We have a follow-on from the series of stories we've been running about psychogeriatric services in the south. It turns out the number of clinicians we have dealing with elderly people with mental illness is very, very small, despite having one of the larger proportions of population for elderly people in the country. So not a good situation, and that's a section of the population is only increasing. Also complaining, local councillors and mayors who are upset that the lack of certainty as to what's going to happen with Three Waters is making their forward planning more of a problem. We've got an exclusive interview with Emma Gilmore, the Otago rally driver, just back from Europe and recovering from a nasty crash.
Yeah.
And in our Fresh section tomorrow, our fashion writer visited the Otago Polytechnic graduation event.
Fantastic. Well, we look forward to reading. Thanks for sharing, Mike.
Thank you.
Time now for a look at your weather.
The South Today weather, proudly brought to you by MoleMap, the skin cancer detection specialists.
Looking at the situation, and expect fine weather, then widespread rain around the region from Thursday, with colder southerly quarter winds arriving and lasting through the weekend. Heading to the top of the South Island, fine with northerlies and warm temperatures tomorrow, up to 21 in Nelson, 20 for Greymouth and 19 degrees expected in Christchurch. Travelling to South Canterbury and North Otago. Nor'easterlies and a gorgeous sunny outlook through here tomorrow with high cloud at times. Ashburton's in for a 19-degree day, 21 due in both Timaru and Oamaru. Heading westwards to the Central Lakes and a great day through here with light winds into cloud increasing with nor'westerlies. Queenstown will enjoy 20 degrees while both Wanaka and Alexandra get up to a stunning 23-degree high. Heading further south, fresh nor'westerlies and blue skies are inbound tomorrow with 18 degrees due in Gore, Balclutha and the Catlins before some late rain sets in across the board. Across to Invercargill, fine with a low of 9 tonight. Tomorrow's warm with fresh winds and 18 degrees before a southwesterly change. Then Thursday's cloudy and cold with showers and a high of 14. And finally heading to Dunedin, fine tonight with a low of 8 degrees. Wednesday's looking great with a 21-degree high and scattered late clouds and a shower in the evening. But Thursday is a different story. It'll be overcast and showery with a high of just 16 degrees. And that's the news this Tuesday. For the latest news and videos from the southern region, head online to odt.co.nz. You can follow Channel 39 on YouTube to catch our news bulletins on demand, or follow us on Facebook. Search for the South Today NZ to see our favourite stories from around the regions. We'll see you again tomorrow. Ka kite o pōpō.
Public interest journalism funded through New Zealand On Air.
The South Today Bulletin, proudly brought to you in association with MoleMap, the skin cancer detection specialists.